Hi, happy Saturday, happy early weekend. I hope you had a beautiful week and I hope you are enjoying this beautiful and sunny summer approaching season that we've been having. I spent about a week in LA with my family, which felt like a mini vacation. Even though it wasn't long enough, I love spending time with my family. And the city is still beautiful, as you know, LA, but it's still recovering from January's wildfires. um, they say that the recovery process is really expected to take years for it to recover. LA is definitely a diverse city, a city of opportunities, but it also has many, many challenges. But beyond everything else, it is a resilient city. And regardless of the social issues that it might go through, or the environmental or Mother Nature issues that it might face, it always finds a way to adapt and move forward. And that's just something that I've known and witnessed since I was a child, since I was a kid. But my family and I, we are getting ready to celebrate my little cousin's wedding. My little cousin Abel, who is just a few years younger than I am, but he is getting married, and I'm just so proud of the young man that he has become. We grew up together. We have too many memories since we were kids. I mean, whenever we go back to the city, it's like we go back and we're like, oh my God, do you remember this, when we were this age and this age? And, a lot of the areas, that we grew up with back in East LA, it's like, it hasn't changed much, but there is a slight few changes, but we can always look back and say, oh my God, do you remember this day? But even though we were cousins, he was always my little brother and I was always his little sister. My mother and his mother are sisters, same mother, same father. And growing up in LA, he had to really find his own direction, and he went through so much without any guidance, any father in his life. And I always tried to be a positive impact in his life, and whatever I had, at the time, I always tried to provide for him and to give to him and to show him that, I was always there. When Ermias, who people know as Nipsey, I guess pretty much as the world knew him as Nipsey, when he was tragically murdered, it really affected him a lot because he really looked up to him since he was young, and he loved him. And but it's amazing to see him now and where his mindset is. It's really on the right path, where it's really working hard, and he purchased his new home. several homes, and now on his way to marriage. And so I'm so proud of him. I always tell him how proud I am of him. I'm always of support of him from the beginning. And so, but congratulations to you, Abel and Malit. And, my auntie is who was his mother. She's one of the strongest women that I've ever known in my entire life. I mean, this woman worked nearly 30 years almost in 7-Eleven, 60 plus hours a week, standing, on that stand and on that counter, dedicated, continuously working and putting all her effort Monday through Saturday, and every Sunday she would get up for church at 4 a.m. in the morning with my grandmother. She'd be the first person at the church even before the priest arrived at like 5:45, 6 a.m. in the morning. No excuses, nothing. But it was her routine. And so I'm just so proud of my cousin, and it's just great to witness, something so positive in our family. I'm so happy to see all of my family, my sister, my cousins, everybody coming to celebrate this monumental event in his life. So congratulations to you, Abel. You know how much I love you, and I'm so proud of you. So the topic of virtue is a topic that's been on my mind for some time, and I feel that it is a very, very important topic to discuss. The two virtues that I believe defines our humanity are kindness and compassion. Kindness and compassion is what shapes our relationships and can even determine the type of world that we live in. I think when most people think of kindness and compassion, they think of a nice expression. But it's really more than that. It's what makes a difference in a world that's always feels chaotic, disruptive, and lost. Kindness and compassion have the power to bring warmth, peace, and unity. So why are kindness and compassion important? Because they have the ability to change the world, not just in small ways, but in meaningful and profound ways. You don't have to have all the money in the world to be known or carry, a certain title to change the world. It can be done through a simple and kind word, or just being encouraging. When we practice kindness in our lives, we inspire others to do the same. The beauty of kindness is that it really is contagious. Whether others are receptive to it and are able to really pass that on. Life is filled with so much challenges and disappointments where it can leave us pretty much overwhelmed. But kindness has the ability to really remind us that we are not alone, that compassion allows us to step into someone else's shoes, understand their pain, and just really be supportive. Sometimes the simplest words, I believe in you, I'm here for you, can be a source of hope, strength, and encouragement. We live in a world that is divided by race, religion, politics, and just so many other differences. But kindness is really what helps us overcome all in every area of these barriers. History is what showed us time and time again that hate can only be conquered by love, and pain by compassion. As a millennium, I witnessed how our world was just completely different from 20 years ago. In today's digital world, where interactions and meetings are just never really face to face, it's so important to show and kindness as a message of encouragement. A simple check-in, or just really listening to someone, can just make a worldwide difference. I can't tell you how happy I get when I receive a letter in the mail. My whole life, I swear, it just seems like I've transformed in time, because to handwrite a letter, in my eyes, is a kind, or really is an act of kindness. It's so convenient to send a text or to send an email, but taking the time to write a letter to me says and means so much. A handwritten letter to me is like just rediscovering some sort of lost art or artwork. Kindness and compassion are some of the best qualities in life, and these are some ways that I believe will help positively impact you. And the first step is really to look to Jesus. Jesus is the one person that is full of powerful examples of kindness and compassion. It was these acts that really left a huge impact, transformed lives, communities, that we've witnessed up until this day. The way Jesus lived his life really showed us how much he cared for others. And it was not just how he cared for others, but it was regardless of who they were or where they were. He always made time and always displayed kinds of kindness, and compassion. It starts from within. Kindness and compassion is really as important to others as it is to you. It's impossible, if you really think about it, to pour from an empty cup, right? But when you're kind to yourself, it's really so easy to be kind to others because you understand it and you're able to really analyze and apply it. Kindness and compassion are choices. And in this fast-paced world that we live in, where we are always in a rush or that we're always distracted, it's so easy to be able to overlook opportunities in being kind and compassionate. But true kindness requires effort and intention. Because when you're intentional, you are able to truly see others, recognize their struggles, and be able to offer supportive help. You leave an impact. Some of the greatest transformations in history and within really our communities came from acts of compassion and kindness. Kindness is what impacts everyone around us. It uplifts others and strengthens our purpose and pretty much our sense of self-worth. It also deepens our connection within the world around us. You build stronger relationships, whether it's romantic, family, personal, professional. Kindness and compassion is what holds people together. We create trust, deepen our relationship, and produce an environment where those around us feel respected and valued. A kind word can turn a complete stranger into a friend. Imagine the world that we could create if every person was committed to an act of kindness every day. Imagine the world where people feel valued, heard, loved, where kindness and compassion are just the norm. Kindness and compassion, they aren't just words. They are a way of life. It's what brings light into darkness, hope into hopelessness. And so I encourage you to display kindness and compassion to others, even when it's difficult, or if others are completely unkind to you. The most courageous act of kindness is offering kindness to those who really don't deserve it. Success, possession, wealth, all of that will completely fade away at one point or another. But the impact of kindness and compassion will always stay. When people have come to me and shared the impact that I have made in their life, it had nothing to do with the guidance or advice that I've given to them, which I thought is what would stand out the most. But it was the way that I made them feel, the support and the kindness. Leaving a lasting legacy in my eyes is being remembered not for what we had or what we accomplished, but it's really about how we made others feel. Kindness and compassion produces blessings to others. I think doing things for no other reason than just to be a blessing is a great way to really bring out and display God's love. And so I encourage you to go out and bless this beautiful world with and through kindness and compassion. Be an example of God's character in a world that truly and deeply needs you and the blessings in it. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend and week ahead. Stay warm, stay positive, and stay virtuous. Bye.